How's it going, everyone? Marriland here, and put that cookie down because we're gonna play something new in Minecraft. That's right, I'm feeling like playing some modded and doing something now that I'm done with the 100 Diamond Challenge, ultra hardcore. So I'm gonna go over here and show you. Maybe this will give you an idea of what I'm playing. Yeah, if you know what it is, awesome. If you don't, well, I'm going to tell you. This is Agrarian Skies. It's a really fun kind of quest mod pack thing. Think of it like a Skyblock meets Feed the Beast sort of thing. You can find it in the Feed the Beast launcher under the third-party packs tab. So it's not on the main tab. There's another tab for third parties. And I know I'm just moving my cursor around like crazy, but trying to give you a visual in my mind. I can't record that part, unfortunately. But anyway, enough being said, if you don't have this world for whatever reason, then you need to go into the Maps and Resources tab, which is I think the second one from the center, whatever that is. And you need to download the map for Agrarian Skies, and then you'll have that. You just need to make sure you have this, and you need to make sure that you are in the third-party packs tab. But anyway, getting this message, not entirely sure why. I had heard earlier that I have a different world, like an outdated world or something. I'm not entirely sure about that, because the thing is, I'm using the single player world. I know that the main download that you can get is a multiplayer world, which is kind of strange, but I am using the single player world to the best of my ability. I tried it out earlier. I deleted the world. I don't know why this thing's still here. But I guess that's fine. In fact, let me even just get rid of that. That's unsightly. That is unsightly. Okay, so you start the game off with, with these two books here. One is What's New in Open Blocks, which is really boring. Don't recommend reading that. And then the quest book. Now, this thing is the thing that you're definitely going to want to use. Start off by right-clicking it.
It's been a horrible 10 years.
And then you get some really cool story.
And released hordes of monsters from other dimensions on an unsuspecting world. Not satisfied with just destroying the human life, the monsters rampaged across the world, eating everything they could find and leaving nothing in their wake but empty void. The great mage trio Dusk, Vizwi, and Scott approached you with an offer. They had just enough power to protect your home and a small amount of land from the final devastation. In return for their protection, you agreed to collect the materials and resources the creators would need to remake the world once the hordes retreated back to the Hell Realms. The Great Trio cast their spell to protect you, while the magician way of flowing time forced the evil armies into submission and ordered them back to their dimensions. Upon waking up, you find that the creators, the Jaded One and the Cute One, have left a small amount of supplies to get you started. They apologize for not being able to give you more. If you complete the tasks assigned, you will receive more rewards to help you in your mission. It is up to you to recreate the world, to provide a home for the poor, lonely creatures left alone and homeless, to repopulate the planet. To this end, the Jaded One has compiled a list of the many items and fluids that will be needed. This book will magically update your progress as you complete quests, and may at times have new quests added if she sees she missed a requirement. To start, punch tree, get wood.
All right. Yeah, that got me pumped, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click Start here. Now, as you'll see, there are several different things over here on this book. This book is definitely a thing you want to do. And you know what? It is kind of crazy right now. Let me turn down this music a little bit, and let me turn up the brightness. I haven't really done anything on here yet, other than try it out and die really quick. It doesn't look like I have a bed or anything, but if you look around, there's not really anywhere anything can spawn unless I wander too far away. So I'm just going to kind of stick around over here. I guess I'll leave a little bit of the Minecraft music in the background. But anyway, I can't stick around here forever because I am going to run out of hunger. So yeah, but anyway, as you see, there are different sections here, and you can find those on this left page. Then you have lives. So I have 2 lives right now. I've currently died 0 times. That other time, that didn't really count. It was just like, I don't know. But anyway, I keep seeing that. Every time I keep saying that. I'll stop. party. You're currently not in a party. Oh, darn, no one invited me to the party. No, if you're playing on a server or something, or playing with multiplayer, you can actually have a party going on, which is cool. Anyway, I'm going to start by clicking this and selecting Learning to Skyblock. So there's a little bit of backstory here. I'm not going to go too much into the backstory because that'll take a while to read. But anyway, I will stop saying that. I must. So click using the book here, and that kind of tells you your very first quest thing. This book, it actually has different quests for you, which is pretty neat. Let's see. This book is a new invention from Viswy, Scott Weirs, and Lord Dusk. You may be wondering how to use this book. On the off chance that you have no idea what you are doing, this very small series of quests will give you a few guidelines. First off, if you right-click on any page, you will go back to the previous page/menu. If a quest is dark, it is locked, and you will need to complete one or more quests to unlock the quest. So yeah, sort of like I don't know, prerequisite sort of thing. In the first menu, or no, I've already done that. You will have to complete quests found in a different set to unlock new sets of quests. There are several types of tasks and 3 ways to submit quests for completion. The first type of quest is the crafting quest. This will tell you how to craft a specific item or block. Once you craft the required item in any crafting grid, the book will update the quest completion. The third way of submitting items for completion is called detection. Have the item in your inventory and press manual detect. The book will see you have the item and the quest will be complete if all the tasks are done. Wonderful. So right now we need to craft a wooden plank. Well, that's simple enough. Let's go ahead and do that, except gosh darn it, where do I have any wood? There is no wood on this island, and that's not a good thing. But it's okay, because we do have 3 saplings here, which is awesome. Let me go ahead and take a sapling, and I'm going to take a little bit of bone meal. I recommend you don't use all of your bone meal, because that's a real bummer. Now, you could just go ahead and plant on this dirt your nice little sapling. However, better idea, break the dirt, and you can find the dirt chest 9,000 underneath. And you get 7 dirt. It might not seem like a lot, but trust me, it is. I think that chest can only store dirt, which is kind of silly, really, but it's fine. So we want to make sure that we're growing some trees right now. Although I guess realistically, I can go ahead and bone meal this first one. Again, you don't want to use all your bone meal, but you do want to break a tree right away. Also, I strongly recommend do not jump around and run around and all that stuff, particularly early on, because the hunger meter will actually deplete even while you're not doing anything. So, yeah. Plus, you will die if you run out of hunger. That is not a good thing at all. Also, pretty early on, we're going to want to make something to take care of these oak leaves. We could let them despawn naturally. However, there's a better approach. So let's make a crafting table before I complete that first quest. Actually, you know what? As much as I want to do this, I want to complete this quest. Let's just get started here. So this thing's now green, and we get these 2 rewards if we click Claim Reward. Awesome. Let's do that. Hear that sound? That's a sound you are going to want to hear often. That means you've completed a quest. So at this point, now that we have this one completed, 2 new quests appear as well. So let's go ahead and do this manual completion one. The second type of quest is the Consume quest. You will not get the items back after turning them in. They vanish into the stomach of the giant void monster, thereby preventing him from eating you alive. Oh, that's nice. Consume quests can be completed by collecting the items required and clicking the manual Submit button at the bottom right of the book under the quest requirements. See? Right there. So we need to use the manual Submit button to turn in 1 wooden plank. Well, okay, that's fine. I don't get these items back, but that's okay. I have it in my inventory. I only need 1. And for that, I get the quest delivery system. Nice. Yay! Okay, cool. Now we have the QDS. So, the final way of turning in quests is the quest delivery system. This block will require you to send the items through a hopper or duct attached to the block. AE buses can also send items to the delivery system. Before you send items to the system, you need to key the system to the quest. Do so by selecting Select Task button in the lower right of the task page. Then right-click the quest delivery system with the book, and you should see a message in chat saying the quest has been assigned to the system. Now place the hopper on top of the block and place the requested items in the hopper. The QDS will void all extra items not needed for quest completion. This is the only way to turn in quests that require fluids. You will need to use ducts to put the fluids into the delivery system. Again, this is later on, so don't worry too much about that. You can have multiple QDS assigned to different mods. Part of this quest is the ability to earn extra lives. You can combine heart pieces into full hearts. Right-clicking with a heart will add 1 life to your total. And that's this thing here. Neat. Plus, we get this reward bag as a reward. So, we need to do select task. That locks the this quest here to the QDS, the quest delivery system. And we need to use the hopper from the starting chest to feed planks into the QDS. Okay, that's fine. Also, looks like I've gotten a sapling here, which is great. Really great. One more thing I want to do really quick with some of this starting wood. I want to make some planks. Because, oops, actually I guess that won't work, huh? This darn light. Well, it's fine. We can actually use this pick of splintered dreams here and kind of just make a little bit better of a way to get up. Oh, is that not going to work? It's not going to work. It's fine. So, you can't make normal tools in this because you need to make them through Tinker's Construct. And that's more or less fine. It's just moderately inconvenient. Having a nice little stair system is a pretty good idea. It helps you save hunger, which is very nice. Remember, jumping up and down consumes your hunger. You're not going to want to do that. So we got to plop this thing down somewhere. Let's just set it right there. And as the book said, we need to right-click it to bind the QDS to the QDS. No, it's just the quest is called the QDS. So, yeah. Now that that's bound, we also need to make sure that we use this hopper. I guess I already took that out. I was ahead of the game. Nice. So let's shift and right-click it right onto here because we want it pointing down. Otherwise, you're going to have to tear this thing apart, and it might not work out too well. Okay, so let's see. One thing that I just want to point out, I am streaming this live. I plan on streaming this live every Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time until 10 p.m. Central Time. And then uploading archives on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, kind of understand when I reference things like the chat and other various things, or if I answer questions just seemingly out of the blue, the reason is because I am actually kind of playing this live on stream. But I'm archiving it on YouTube as well because, you know, it actually kind of works out okay. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's pretty neat at the same time. I feel like it's a good way just to have some fun and still share my experience. And you may like it, you may not. I don't know. But whatever the case, hopefully you'll stick around for a bit and enjoy it nonetheless. Also, if you are familiar with some of my other video series, you may know that sometimes I put on a face cam. That's usually just mainly for games that I figure I'd have entertaining reactions for. This one, I don't really feel so much of a need for it, and since there's generally a lot of stuff on the screen, I didn't want to obscure any of that. So I decided I'm not going to do that at all for this series. So understand that. Anyway, I need to put one oak wood plank in there, and that should complete it. See? There we go. But what do I do? There's no button down here. How do I proceed? Well, see, when you complete part of a quest, you also have sometimes the chance of having other steps to the quest, which you'll find here. This wasn't intuitive to me early on, but once you get the hang of it, it works out okay. So let's click that. And it says give the hopper back. You don't get to keep it. Make sure you break it with a pickaxe. Really important that you break it with a pickaxe because a hopper does not drop if you break it with your hands. Not cool. Yeah, so now that's done. Let's go ahead and manual submit. No hopper for us, but we do get these rewards. And the awesomely cool sound. Okay, so these two items are also very common for rewards, and they're really useful. There's the full heart, which you consume to get an extra life. Yeah, now I have 3 lives remaining. Right on. And then there's a reward bag. Now, these are really cool and really addictive. There are several different tiers of reward bag. This reward bag here is a basic reward bag. So the kind of rank of items you're going to get, it's not going to be the best. But it's basic. What do you expect? It's also random. You don't know what you're going to get in here. And that's what makes it really interesting. You could end up getting some really cool stuff. So, yeah, let's see what I get. Oh, this is interesting here. Golden Nixon. I am probably a crook. Oh my goodness, that's really funny. Oh, President Nixon. Wow. Yeah, so this is that item I was kind of implying I might want to try and make while those leaves were deteriorating. Because this actually really helps with that. I don't know how good that thing's going to end up being. But whatever the case, let's see what else is going on in the quest book here. So we've completed this quest. That's awesome. Now we have 2 more quests here. This one here, kill the zombies, it's a repeatable quest. And I have to kill 3 zombies. I get half a heart and some apples. Cool and all, but I don't need to worry about that. So let's go here. In the beginning, you may have noticed you have very little to start with. Almost no land, no food, but hey, you have a floor. Be thankful for that much. Now it's up to you to rebuild the entire planet or as much as you can before dying. To start, I suggest growing some trees. Oaks will help supply you with apples, and the saplings and leaves and string you will be turning into dirt. Place 3 barrels outside where rain can fall into them. Place the other 2 under cover to create a composting area. Once you have 8 spare saplings, place them into a barrel to compost into dirt. You can compost leaves, rotten meat, apples, wheat, and string. Use NEI to look up the recipes. Hopefully you guys know what NEI is. I kind of don't want to explain everything here, but I figure, you know what, I'll try to explain a bit, because this is also a great way to start with modded Minecraft. It may seem rather difficult, but it does teach you to use a whole bunch of the different mods. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, over here, this thing here, this isn't cheat mode. If you've played anything in Feed the Beast, this will be very familiar to you. If you're not too familiar with mods and modded Minecraft, you may know of a similar thing, too many items. Well, this is NEI, not enough items. It's just used to look up the recipes and uses for such items. And that's super cool. It's handy. It's very handy, actually. If you left-click, you'll see what makes it. For instance, the induction smelter can make that coal ore. Actually, let's go to dirt here. Block caster, carpenter, shape crafting. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things. Stone. It tells you how to make it. Now, if you right-click it, it will show you what it is used in for recipes instead. And that's very useful. Very useful because, you know, you might not know what you have. And it could actually be craftable into something else very useful. All right, now I've probably spent too much time talking there and not enough time getting to work. So we need to make a crafting station, a chest, part builder, tool station, stencil table, oak barrel, and a crook. Cool. So the best way to do that, well, actually, I should probably bone meal a few more times because I'm going to need more wood. There we go. Guess that gets the job done. Oh, you know what? Let me try this crook out. Wow, this goes fast. It breaks really fast, too. So using a crook gives you a much higher chance of getting a sapling. And I broke that crook. But you know what? I didn't break him. Justice broke him. Good reporting broke him. Oh, good old Watergate, right? Those were the days. Oh, man. I tell you, one of my favorite movies is All the President's Men. That was really good. Okay, anyway, that being said, my goodness, I've gone way off track here. Yeah, so we got to make a whole bunch of wooden stuff. So, yeah, go ahead and use some bone meal. I would recommend using some of it to bone meal these trees early on. Hopefully you'll get a tree grow regardless of the bone meal. I don't really know. But one thing you're definitely going to want to do early on is make a crook. So let me take this crafting table. In fact, first and foremost, if you put the crafting table in the crafting grid, you get a crafting station for it, which actually keeps any of the items that you put on here. Like, for instance, if I were to put that there and walk away, it doesn't just drop to the ground. Super duper awesome. I'm also going to need some sticks. I guess I only needed 4. Oh, well. This makes a crook. That's that thing I was telling you about. Use this to break leaves. And not only do you have a chance of, well, a heightened chance of getting saplings, you also have a chance of getting these things called silkworms, which I got one of, which is awesome. Silkworms can be right-clicked onto a leaf block on a tree, and it will slowly convert the tree into like a silk tree, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool indeed. You're going to want to make sure you have plenty of saplings. And another not too shabby idea is to make sure that you kind of block off some of this area. You don't want saplings falling in the water. And there are a few ways to go about doing that. The oak slabs, they can kind of work as a little temporary kind of thing. Or you could also just put something at the edge there. Let's see. I'm just going to put some of that clay, so that way there won't be any water falling off. Now, that gives me no hope of getting back up if I fall, but yeah, it's really not a big deal. Okay, so let me place more dirt here. Not sure if this is going to work out ideal, but it's really fine. I think I'm going to need just a little bit more wood, so let me go ahead and, come on, don't be shy. There we go. Okay, now why am I not making an axe? Well, simple truth, I can't. I have to wait until I have some tinker's tools in order to make that. You can't just make the vanilla tools too easily. I don't remember. It seems to me that there's one that you can do. Again, I'm not like a pro at Agrarian Skies or anything. I'm kind of learning along with you. I've played a little bit, but not too far into the game, which is kind of why I want to get into it. I think it'd be something fun, you know, that I just pick up every week and do a little bit more on. Oh, and see, here's all these leaves here. Don't just leave them there. Don't leave the leaves there, man. No way. No way. You got to use your crook on them. Here we go. See, this will help make it, like, I'll get even more saplings this way. Although I'm having really terrible luck. Oh, there we go. Having really terrible luck getting either silkworms or saplings with this. Thankfully, after you have your first silkworm, it's not really too big of a deal, which is great. So I've got 12 wood right now. I think, well, let's see. What did I need? Now, one way you could do this is just look up the recipes themselves. For instance, I know I needed a, what was it, a tool station, all that kind of stuff. Anything you can, like, click down here and type something, and then it'll search for that item, which is awesome. But another thing you can do at, and then, what is it? Tinker's, I guess it's just Tinker. Yeah, just do that, and it will show you all of the things in the Tinker's Construct mod. Also, I recommend going in here, changing the sort key to something else. I just really hate how if you press R, it changes it all of a sudden, which really kind of stinks. Yeah, it really does. So, that being said, in Tinker's Construct here, well, I guess there's Tinker's Construct and Tinker's Steelworks too. Oh, there we go, Tinker's Construct. You don't have to type the whole thing. So, Tool Station. That takes a crafting table and this blank pattern thing. The blank pattern is either 4 sticks or 2 planks and 2 sticks. I wonder which is a better deal. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the sticks. That's awesome. Then you also need to make a part builder. Same thing, you need a pattern except you need some wood instead. And a stencil table. Just need a plank instead of that. Okay, well that's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and do that actually. So we're going to need to make some sticks. In fact, I think I'm going to need probably a few more of these. Let's see, this will give us 3 patterns. Great. So I know I need one with oak wood and then the pattern. That'll give us the part builder. And then I'm going to need one with a plank and a pattern to get the stencil table. And now I need a crafting table and a pattern to make the tool station. You need all 3 of these. They have different purposes. but it's pretty cool. What else did I need for this? I know I need a barrel and a chest. That's pretty simple. How to make the oak barrel, though? Let's find out. So look up barrel, and there are several different types of barrels, which is pretty cool. There's also a better barrel. Yeah, so 6 oak planks and a wood slab. Probably going to want to make a few of these. However, you don't really need them for the reason that they're suggesting. Okay, so 3, 3, and like that. Cool. Last but not least, we just needed a chest, and that should be pretty darn simple. I think we all know how to make this. There we go. Okay, awesome. We now have everything here. Why can't you click claim reward? What's going on? What's the matter? Well, the reason is you always get these rewards here. But before you can click claim reward, you have to pick one. Either the Axe of Despair or the Pan of Destiny. I personally recommend going with the Pan of Destiny. Even though the axe is pretty cool, it lets you chop down trees faster, the pan's really nice because it will let you cook some food up right away. Which, let's face it, is great. And how to do this is, all you need to do is just kind of put this thing somewhere. I'll just put it on top of this for right now. Yeah, frying pan. And we can put food in here and cook it slowly, which is awesome. We can even use, I think, oak wood and stuff to cook, which is great. The only thing is it can only cook food items. So, yeah. All right. That being said, I also did get a quarter of a heart, which won't do me any good right now, but it will do me some good in a little bit. Plus, we have a chest. We didn't actually lose any of those items, so that's good news. Let's put that over there for now. These things I recommend setting up in a relatively kind of standard place. How about I put them right here for now? I guess I'll do the stencil table first, then the part builder, and then the tool station. Cool. Very cool. And last but not least, let's see what I get in my reward bag. Peach sapling. Cool. I guess that'll grow peaches. That could work out rather well. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to need some food before too long. As you can see, my hunger is depleting. Yeah, that's not necessarily good news. However, I do have some apples, which is pretty cool. But I don't necessarily want to use these up. I know that I could make a jeweled apple. That's kind of fun. But I can also make some apple juice before too long. And actually, even on top of that, see, there's all these food items you can make, which is just so cool. On top of that, you can also, you kind of need these in order to complete a quest that comes out pretty soon, I think. So if you save about 10 apples, it's a good thing. I'm going to save these for later.